Hello everyone, this is Lewis with HeroBanker.com and we're your friendly neighborhood bankers. Today, we're excited to discuss the differences between online banks and traditional banks. Not too long ago, if you needed a loan or a new checking account, your options were pretty limited. You would most likely walk into the nearest bank branch and speak with a banker. But these days, there's many more options to choose from. There's so many banks and credit unions. And now online banks are also a major player in the banking and finance space. Online banks or online financial institutions are relatively new. So many people might not fully understand exactly what they are, how they work, or the pros and cons. So today we're going to break down what online bank means. And we're also going to discuss the pros and the cons. We'll also discuss why you might prefer an online bank over a traditional bank and vice versa. Okay, so the first thing we want to define is traditional bank. Traditional banks are institutions like Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America. They also include regional banks like US Bank and PNC Bank, along with smaller community banks you might see in your area. A traditional bank has physical branch locations with bankers, tellers, and branch managers. So how does this differ from an online bank? Well, an online bank is only available online. They do not have physical branch locations, so you cannot physically walk into a branch and sit down with a banker. Examples of online banks are SoFi, Chime, and Varo. Now, the differences between a traditional bank and an online bank can be pretty drastic. So, understanding these differences is key in deciding which is best for you. So, let's get into 3 major differences between online banks and traditional banks. So let's start with number 1. Online banks tend to have lower fees and pay higher interest rates. The reason for this is simple. Online banks tend to have lower expenses. This is because they don't have to pay for things like physical branches, bankers, or rent. It simply costs much less to operate an online bank. Therefore, online banks will typically pass those savings on to their customers. And they do this by offering lower fees and higher interest rates. One example is that online banks typically do not charge overdraft fees. Also, online banks generally pay higher interest rates on their deposit accounts than a traditional bank. This includes checking, savings, and CD accounts. And when we say higher, we typically mean much higher. Savings accounts at most traditional banks pay under 1% APY, while many of our best high-interest savings accounts of 2023 pay 3%, 4%, or 5% annual percentage yield. For more info on the best high-interest savings accounts, check out HeroBanker.com or click on the link below. Next is difference number 2. Not having physical branch locations definitely has its benefits, as we just discussed. But it can also have some drawbacks as well. For example, not having branches can potentially compromise customer service. If you have an issue with a traditional bank, you can physically walk into a bank branch and speak with a banker. But again, online banks don't have physical branch locations. So, you're going to have to rely on calling, emailing, or chat in order to resolve your situation. Some people might be okay with this, and others might prefer the ability to walk into a bank branch. Every consumer is different, and for this reason, we hope to cover something for everyone. Okay, now the third and final point. If you're looking to open an account with an online bank, you'll want to ask yourself a few questions around access. For example, how will I access my money? If you will only be using a debit card, credit card, Apple Pay, and direct deposit, then an online bank might work for you. Deposits to online banks are typically made using mobile deposit, direct deposit, or external transfer from another bank. Remember, your banking activity will consist mostly of online, mobile, and ATM transactions. Now, one thing that does get tricky with online banks is making cash deposits. Some online banks won't accept cash deposits at all. Others do allow cash deposits, but only through services such as Green Dot. Green Dot allows you to make cash deposits at retail store locations. For example, grocery stores and drugstores. However, there is usually a fee for the deposit. Also, making cash deposits at a retail store may not be the smoothest or the most secure option. So, if you're someone who frequently makes cash deposits, then a traditional bank may be best for you. Another thing you'll want to consider before signing up with an online bank is this. Does the online bank have a large ATM network? Or will you be able to withdraw from an ATM without a fee? Also, how often will you require banking services, such as cashier's checks, wire transfers, or money orders? If the answer is never, then an online bank might work for you. But if the answer is often, then you might want to consider a traditional bank. One important note we want to mention to any of our viewers that are small business owners. If you're looking to open a business checking account with an online bank, these things might be of extra importance to you. Is your business cash intensive? Does your business often send outgoing wire transfers? How will you deposit paper checks? These are the type of questions you'll want to ask yourself before opening your business account with an online bank. If you decide that an online bank is best for you, they really do come with a lot of benefits. For example, if you don't want to pay a monthly fee for your checking account, and let's be honest, who does? Then online banks make that much more simple. Or if you want to earn a nice interest rate on your savings account, online banks make that much more simple as well. Okay, so those are some of the main differences between online banks and traditional banks. Some people are huge fans of online banks, and some people would never open an account online. It's no surprise that younger demographics tend to be more okay with an online bank. These are people who have grown up with technology. And these are also people who have lived during a time where many people haven't been big fans of traditional banks for a variety of reasons. As usual, there's no right or wrong answer, and no bank is going to be perfect. The best thing we can do is understand the pros and cons of each. That way you can make the best decision on which type of account is best for you. We also encourage you to check out our video titled Best Everyday Checking Accounts 2023, where we review 4 of the best everyday checking accounts currently on the market. 2 of these accounts are from online banks, and 2 of these are from traditional banks. Okay, so that's our video on online banks versus traditional banks. We hope the information was helpful and easy to understand. Let us know what you think. Do you prefer a traditional bank or an online bank? And what are the reasons? Is there anything you feel we left out of our discussion? Let us know in the comments below. We welcome and encourage the feedback. If you'd like to see more content like this, we'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe.